Hey, Crusader here today. Very excited as we continue in our series of Spawn, reviewing the comics one issue at a time. I said sometimes I might do two at a time. We're not quite there yet. There's enough story that needs developed that to give it enough time without making the videos too long, we're just going to keep doing one issue until we can start jumping ahead later on, possibly. But I've not read too far. This is issue 3. I've only read partway into issue 7 when I paused and came up with this idea and wanted to review it. So I don't, it's funny rereading what's going on. I don't even remember everything that I've read so far leading up. So it's very exciting. So here's the cover. We're getting right into it. Right there, we see he has a memory coming back to him. Spawn remembers the name of his wife, Wanda. And so this is a huge deal. He can now begin to track her and find out who she is by remembering her name. So this was a very important core memory. And he spends a couple of pages, actually 3 pages, kind of going through the life that she deserved, how good it should have been, how things happened to him. Anyway, so that's the opening to this comic. But then it says, again, somewhere in time, meaning whether it's time travel or different time periods, there's some element of time to the Spawn comics I'm unfamiliar with. But it says, "Oh my, Simmons, you poor pathetic fool. Threaten away, you little maggot. It'll do you no good, 'cause you've been locked into a deal I can't lose. I've dealt with your kind a million times, always begging for more, always needing something. Well, now you have something big and mean and ugly." So if you ask me at this point, sure looks like he made a deal with the devil. So this is a very bad person to make a deal with. In case you were wondering, in your own life, don't recommend this. Next page continues. "My personal mission is to make your new life a living hell. Yes, my dear friend, it wasn't by accident that you were picked to receive the power. Your life history made you the perfect choice. How amusing, a hired killer now thinks he can have morals." Anyway, so at the very bottom here it says, "Yes, you and I made a simple deal," and then right over here on the side, "Unfortunately, you forgot to read the small print. Ha 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 ha." So a very devilish fiend indeed. What we see next is the detectives are continuing to work on the crime, what's going on, and then we see the clown turning back into the Violator doing his thing. And then we see Spawn show up, and he threatens a gentleman. Let's see if I brought that picture up. No, I did not. So let me back that up for a second. He threatened someone to start paying his child support and alimony. A guy who was hitting on a secretary. Seems like a general scummy kind of guy. And he must know who he is because he calls him by name. And he doesn't know who Spawn is, of course, but he's very concerned. But then the devil, assuming this guy that we're looking at on this page is the devil, he says, "Yes, that's it. Become evil, vicious, violent. Ha 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 ha." So he's definitely very excited about the development of Spawn becoming more violent. That's a big deal for him. Well, what Spawn discovers is he's able to look up the files wherever that gentleman was at and discover where his wife is living. And he finds out she's in Queens, finds out she's married, and when he gets there, finds out she has a kid. It appears through some of the dialogue that takes place that he was unable to have kids on a biological level. Like it seems like Al Simmons, who is Spawn, couldn't have kids. They didn't know it necessarily, but something was wrong. They couldn't have kids, and now she has a kid, something she always wanted, and he realizes he was the problem. So he meets the husband. He shows up again as a white guy because that's what he can turn into, and he passes out and faints. They have a conversation. And he leaves very depressed, and he sees they're very happy, and she's got a cute girl, and Al Simmons' heart is just absolutely crushed at what's going on. And so here it picks up. "As night falls, his pain only mounts. Why? Why are you torturing me? What kind of sadistic pleasure are you getting from this? You want my soul? Then come get it. Just try and get it. I was going to give it to you willingly. Do you hear? I just wanted my wife. Can't you understand that? I don't want these powers. I never asked for them or anything else. I only wanted one thing, to see my wife. You could have had my soul. You could have had anything. But you lied and cheated for the last time, I promise you." So it seems like Spawn is ready to take on this arch enemy, the devil. And so he begins kind of flexing his power a little bit. We see his power counter goes down to 8821. So again, getting it counted down to 0 is a big problem because I believe that's the end of his life, and then he goes to be, I guess, in hell with the devil for eternity. I'm not sure. So he's using up some power here pretty early in the comics, and then the clown shows back up, and this is a really great picture of how he transforms from clown to Violator. They're the same person, and see, he starts doing this crazy, creepy laugh, and he turns into this big fiend. And so then a battle ensues between Spawn and Violator, but it's not much of a battle. So remember, Violator's been ripping out the hearts of the bad guys, the mafia bosses, and boom, goes right in for the kill, grabs his heart out. That was simple. The master will be pleased. And the next page shows he serves the master. The Violator should be the most feared, not some soft flesh and bones of a mere human. And then somebody's speaking to him here at the end. It says, Violator. And we get to the last page of the comic, and Spawn's back. You can see the hole in his chest. And he says, who said anything about being human? Next issue, all hell breaks loose on Earth. What a great end sequence. Very exciting. So even though Spawn got his heart ripped out, he's not dead. He's alive. That's a big shock. He can obviously take a beating and keep on ticking here. So very cool. The detail in the pictures are excellent. You can see why this series caught on very quickly, why they had an amazing toy line with the detailed figures that was very uncommon to that era. So very cool. I hope you're enjoying it. We're going to learn a lot more about Spawn, it looks like, and what his capabilities are. And obviously we've got his rival here in the form of Clown and the Violator. So where it goes next, we'll just have to wait and see. But until next time, it's been Crusader, and we are out.